Troubleshooting on the fly is stupid. Crazy. So basically, the webcam that I'm using to pick this up, it's not the one that I'm using for my main camera anymore, but I need that one to be on in order for it to pick up audio. So now that that stupid thing has been taken care of, for at least right now, thank you all for joining me today. It looks like we are just at 8 p.m. here, so that means we're ready to get started another Malts and Meeples stream. Today, we're going to be streaming playthrough of Metro X, or 2, maybe even 3. If you have the game, you can play along at home. I will show all the cards that I'm using, and yeah, let's have some fun here and see what we got. Before I get to that, we do of course always have our beer of choice. Today's beer is IPA, not that creatively named, just it's from Shell's Brewing here in Minnesota, New Ulm, Minnesota, if I remember correctly, and it is Shell's IPA. Shell's is it's kind of one of the bigger breweries here in the cities, and while this isn't bad, or I guess bigger breweries in Minnesota I should say, this is not a bad IPA. It's just not that great an IPA. It has a fair amount of bitterness to it, but the direction and flavor of the hops, I would say, just isn't defined enough. Like, I want my hops to fall into a few different categories. So we think about hops and we think about bitterness. And this is our booze kind of lesson for tonight. We think about the bitterness of hops, but hops also add a lot of flavor. How hops work basically is during the boil of the beer. So say you boil for an hour. That's what normally do for home brewing. I'm pretty sure what most breweries do. You will, at the very start over here, you add the hops right away with the boil to get as much bitterness as possible. Fairly often, the hops that you use down here don't have much flavor. On the other end of things, as you're finishing up, that's when you add the hops to get the most flavor from them. So hops can have a number of different flavors, from like a citrusy or a piney. You have some that are almost herby in nature, and that can really change the direction that your beer goes in. Like, you think about some IPAs, they have very like grapefruit forward notes. They're going to be a high bitterness from the early hops, but then it's going to be citrus hops at the end here. This tastes like it's just kind of a bit of a mix of hops, and let's see if they say what hops they have in here. Doesn't. Sometimes they'll say, they call it a tropical fruity hop. I get a little bit of that, but that leans in the direction that I don't love. So tropical fruity is another direction they go fairly often. So you have like that piney, you have your citrus bitter, and then there's tropical fruit, which tends to be a little bit sweeter. Like oranges and grapefruit and lemons and limes, sure, those are in a much warmer climate than here in Minnesota, but those fall into the citrus category, whereas this is more kind of your papaya almost, guava, and I don't love that flavor profile nearly as much for my beers. So let's swap on over to the table here. We have Metro X, the rail and write game, because we gotta be funny every time. And I can't remember if I've played this one before on stream. I feel like I have. So we're just going to get into this fairly quickly here. I'll teach it as I go. All I have right here is the penalty table. So that's going to be how well I do or don't do with my empty stations. But I'm going to set that off to the side right now so I have plenty of room over here for the cards. In this game, we are trying to complete the different rail routes, and this actually comes two different sides. We're going to be doing Tube Town today, apparently, because that's what I set it up on. And I'll be flipping a card from this deck and then filling in. So I'll demonstrate how this goes. 3 with a skip. So it doesn't really matter much here. I'm going to start down here. I mark that I'm using the 3, and then I just go 1, 2, 3. I have to follow the gray track since I used a gray car. But you can see that this one, like here, is shared between gray and blue. Then we have another 3, and I'm just going to finish this off super fast. So you can see down here, the gray line ends. And my video is choppy. So we might drop me off here. We're gonna try one thing quick. Hey, I'm upside down. Let me flip myself real fast here. Flip vertical. There we go. I'm gonna stick myself in the bottom corner this time. And I'm back. That camera was working perfectly last night, but then today, of course, is on the fritz. 2 and a skip. So again, not something that's... Skips are much more useful further in because it allows you to skip parts of the track that have already been filled in. So I think I'll just do that here. I fill in 2 spots. 3. I'm not going to do, so if I put a 3 here, I can fill in 3 spots, but I would need some way to fill in those extra 2. So I'm not going to fill in that one. Let's see where we're at here. I'll do it here. 1, 2, 3. Transfers. Now transfers are not that great. They're one of the ways you can score points So in this case, I'm going to put this as a 6 because there's the green line, yellow line, and pink line. So the number times 2. So I'm going to score 6 points there, but I have to put an X in either the yellow, the pink, or the green. I'm going to do it in the green here. And now we have a big number. We have a 5. So that actually works great for pink because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots, and I'm right up to that 6. And now we have our reshuffle here. I'm actually going to use that in pink again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When I hit this, I reshuffle the whole deck. Basically what that does is it keeps me from knowing what cards I'm going to be seeing because I never know when that reshuffle is going to come up. For example, right now, if I flip, it could have been the reshuffle again. I'm glad it's not, but it could have been. Let's finish off pink. So I'm going to do 3, 1, 2. I don't have to use all of them. So we've completed the pink line and the gray. So got our points there. 2 with a skip. So I'm actually going to do this here to demonstrate how this works, plus it's useful. I have this. Normally you have to fill stuff in line, and so I would fill in the 1. This is already filled. That stops it. But the skip allows me to go one further. And can't put that there. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need more. 4, 1, 2, 3. Let's do it on red. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, and another 4. Which isn't actually ideal right now. I'm going to use it in yellow to complete yellow. And basically, I'm seeing how many points I can get. Now, if you're playing multiplayer, we have these two numbers. We have the 4 and then the 2. The first player to complete that chunk of the track gets the bigger number. Oh, really? Another transfer? Huh. Where is a good spot to put that? I don't want to put it in purple because let's do it in purple actually. We'll do it 4 there. Cross that out. 5. Of course, now I get a 5. Let's do that in red to make sure I get those points. Ooh, or purple. We're doing it in purple. So the reason I switched to purple here is that even though I only need 4, had I done red, there would have been a break in the line. Here, there is not. So I get the points. I get another 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 skip. Well, I'm going to do it here. It's not the ideal spot, but 1, skip 1 for 2. No. Now I'm going to do it here. 4. So I basically resigned myself. I'm not going to be getting this dark green because I don't have any spots to fill in numbers anymore there. Free space, yes. Free spaces we like. basically I can fill in any spot I want. Let's do this one. And I don't have to fill in anything on any of the cars. So now we have a 3. It's not enough for that section. We'll do it here. 3. 1, 2. Hit that. Since it's not a skip, I don't continue. Ooh, another 3. I need a 2 skip there. Ideally, that would be a skip. 3 would get me 1, 2, 3, but I still have 3 spots to try and fill in with no ability to do so. So it sucks, but I'm just going to do that. 4. So now I put the 4 in red. This is not necessarily ideal, but I've completed red now. There's our 6 with the shuffle. Can't go dark green. Orange, I think I'll do orange. It's not great. 1, 2, 3. And of course the last one was a 3 skip. So we come back around, reshuffle. Let's see what we start with. 3 skip, perfect. Why is that perfect? To complete this, I need to go there and there. Circle that. So I only have 2 more spots to fill in. 3. I could use that to just fill in that 1 spot, or I'm going to do it here because you do get docked points for the number of spots you don't have filled in. 2 skip. 1, 2. And that's it. Every spot is filled in, so then we score. I'll bring this back out here so you can see how the scoring works. We look at the number of them completed, and I just missed 3 of them, but those were fairly high point ones. So I have 15 plus 8, 23. I look at the numbers on my transfers. 14. Now I count the open spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Ooh, that's a lot. And then I consult the chart, which says that's -7. And then I can get my total, which is going to be 30. Not a bad game. And it goes so fast. And that's one thing I really like about this. So I can just, since I want to keep track of my scores, yeah, just not the right fruit combo for me. So I just slide that one out of the way. I mean, that was 20 minutes with me talking about beer, figuring out the sound, all sorts of things going on. So let's start again. Let's see how well we can do over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, another 5. So I could do 5 and complete this, but that's going to give me, it's not as efficient as it should be. So it'd be better to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. Let's see. Ooh, perfect. Pink. Here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. No wasted crossouts there. Ooh, and I have my 6 and reshuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we don't need that good a number for pink or yellow to complete those. But I do need to get a pretty good number to start that light green now, because I've already started to break up the pattern. So 3, let's do 3 there. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I got a free one. So we're gonna fill in that free one right down here. I could fill in here, but that stops a break from happening. 2 with a skip. I don't need any skips right now, so I'm gonna put it here. 1, 2. I've completed gray. Transfer. Oh boy. Transfers are what always screw me up, because we'll do it there. 3. They just break up the flow of everything so much. Let's do the 3 here. I know I don't need 3. 5. All right, we have a big number now. Let's do it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're down to 6 here. So next reshuffle 4. Finish off the light green. The trick is figuring out the right pattern to do stuff in, and obviously having the right numbers come up to be able to do that. So like here, I'm going to go with my 4 in orange, just to get orange moving. Now like a skip 3 or something would be really nice there. However, I got a 5. Oh man. So now like the 5 is very much not ideal, because if I put it here, I get 1. If I put it here, I get 2. If I put it here, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then I'm counting on another free to complete it. Here, I need a skip. Here, I need a skip. So which one do I want to do? We're going to risk it for getting another free. No, we're not going to do that, because that's the ideal spot to put that 6. So we'll do 1, 2, 4. Oh man, that sucks. Oh wait, I have pink here. I just need one more. 3. Huh. Why wasn't that a 3 skip? Let's just do it here. Purple, I don't think is going to be completed this time. 6, reshuffle. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip, skip, and a transfer. I do not want to see that transfer again. as I was saying, I do not want to see that transfer again. So that transfer, I'm just going to take lousy points on it. Just a 2. Now I have 3 that I can fill in. Purple, that would fill that one in. Green, that would fill that one in. Here, 1, 2, 3. Here, 1. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish the red anymore, so let's minimize. Oh, yeah. Here's where, like, it isn't going to work out well for us. Because I need to do the 4. I'm going to do it here. I need to skip. That's a 3. I'm just filling in 1 at a time here. 6 with a reshuffle. So, like, that number should be able to complete it for us. And maybe we'll try one more time since, I mean, this game is going to take about 10 minutes. They say 20 minutes. Solo definitely can knock it out in 10. 5. Not what I wanted. Let's do the 5 here. 5 again. We'll do that here. Give me a free. Or a 2 and a skip. I guess that's about as good as I can do. 1, 2. So, we add up what's completed. 7, 10, 20 only this time versus 23 last time. Transfers are way worse. I only had 2 of them. So theoretically it should have been less spaces open. But it's the exact same number. So 14 minus 7, which means I get a 19. So you can see how much the scores kind of change over time. And let's do one more here. I want to try maybe a completely different strategy. But it depends completely on what you pull. Had I was not getting skips that time. Had I gotten a lot of skips, maybe could have done better. Hey, listen to me. When a skip doesn't matter. My goodness. Three. Just gonna finish this one off. The gray will probably always get finished off. Transfer. Crap. We'll do, if I do it there and put it there, I for sure won't complete that. Don't want to do it high there. Let's do it here. 4. So what I'm trying to do, let's do it here. Because now if I get the 6, I can get both of these a ways further by just putting the 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I'm not going to. I'm going to be risky because I want to try and finish this one. So I was only able to use 5 of it, but I have 6 filled in and 4 train spots left on that one. Let's do it here. 1, 2, 3. 2 and a skip. Does the skip help me this time? Not super. We'll do it here. 4. We'll do it in pink. Free spot. All right. So a free one. Can fill in anywhere. I could work on filling in those two. I'm not super worried about that. I'm going to fill in this one here. And then I have a 5. Perfect. So that 5, put it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 and a skip. Cool. Let's see. Let's do this one because I can go 1, 2, skip, 3. Oh no, another transfer. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do 4 here. I'm not going to get that light green this time. 3 of them. Let's do it here. Just see what happens. 2 skip. So pink, that's not useful. Here, I could fill in 2 more spots. Likely not going to be able to finish that, so let's do 1, 2, 3. All right. Oh no, let's not do that 2 there, because I just want that 2 there. Now I have a 3. I can fill in 1, but I can just finish off this one. Seems like a good call. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 can go in red. Transfer. We'll do that here for another 4 points. 4. Shoot. I was really hoping that would be my 6. I'm down to 2 cards. And I need 6 for one of them. Sucks to do it. We got the 6. So 6 in pink. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see this looks fairly different from the previous times. And now I need the 5 or the 6 to complete my orange, or free space and 4. If I got the skip 2 and the skip 3, I can complete the purple. And there's no way for me to complete the blue. Well, might as well take 4 points there. get that big point total. Here's the last one, 2 with a skip. So that's not horrible. I'm going to move there. And let's see how well I did this time. Like, it's pretty rare where I will get this orange completed. So we have 11, so 22 for the completed. Transfers are going to be better this time. I have 4 fours, so 16. So it depends on how many open spots I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 is only a -6. Which means my score is going to be a 32. So that's my best score out of all 3 of them. And I mean, it helps getting that at the right time. So let's just talk about this game a little bit. And I'm not going to give like an in-depth review or anything on how the game is. Well, actually... flip to this one, and hey, I'm big. So, what do I think about this one? This is in my top 10 roll and writes. Thus far, I have only played it solo. You can see how you can have massive score swings. I mean, that's a 13-point swing from my high of 32 to my low of 19. And that can be an issue, I think, for the solo gameplay. It's still a lot of fun. It's a really good puzzle, and it has you rooting for that moment of like, flip the one I need, flip the one I need, flip the one I need. I mean, I shuffled, 3 times this time? Imagine had I gotten this free every single time. 3 more filled in. That becomes a 10. It's a -5. And say I had known what I needed to fill in, I could have filled in and gotten another one completed here for 5 points. I would have been at 38 to end it. So really big differences based off of the luck of the draw. So I almost wonder if this one's going to work a little bit better multiplayer because everybody's in the same field. So even though I've played, like tonight, I played 3 times and I got 3 scores, this is not representative of what it would look like for somebody who's playing a 3-player game. These scores would be tighter. Like, you probably wouldn't have a 19 and a 32 difference out there. So I'm very curious to try this with more people. And that hopefully should be soon, since probably by the end of May in Minnesota, 50+% of people eligible, or 50+% of the population of Minnesota will likely have the vaccine by that point in time. And even 2 weeks from yesterday, I will be gaming with some people in person again because we're all vaccinated, fully vaccinated households. So it's gonna be fun to try some of these. I know my first board game night I have planned, it's Ice Cool and Pitch Car, the dexterity type games that you just can't play anywhere else. But I'm going to punch these into my phone so I can keep track of my stats once I'm done with this. So thank you all for joining me. See, somebody just hopped on now at the last second. Feel free to start at the beginning and listen to me struggle getting the sound right. But before I do my whole sign-off spiel, or before I do my whole toast at the end, just thank you all for watching. Thank you everybody who's checking this out after the fact as well. I hope that it's interesting. I hope that maybe you now know if Metro X is going to be a game that you like, or if Shell's IPA is going to be a beer you like. You can find more content that I do over at nerdologists.com. I post, such as tomorrow, I'll be posting this video over there, as well as then over on Tuesdays, there's the 10-Minute Marvel podcast that I post over there, and probably 6 or so other articles that go out each week. Hello, Dr. Gloryhog. Glad you could hop in at the last second. So check out everything I'm putting up over there. I talk about the Game Toppers Kickstarter that's going on. That was one of the articles that I put out today, as well as kind of how hyped I am for an upcoming board game for Slay the Spire. So all sorts of topics and things like that. So I'm also on social media. You can find me there on Twitter at the Scando. Over on Facebook, there's the Nerdologist Facebook page. No Instagram or anything like that. I'm also on Patreon, the patreon.com/nerdologists. All the money that comes in is going to be put back into this YouTube channel, the website, and the podcast. Yeah, Doc, I have really high hopes for Slay the Spire 2, and not a Slay the Spire sequel, but as well. And Jeremy Howard, who commented on my Facebook post, who's part of the Man vs. Meeple group, was saying that he's been playing testing it, and it's really good. Or it's really like the video game. So that is exciting. And I'm guessing early next month we get that Kickstarter. And then wait for a year. But that's going to be the stream for tonight. I'm hoping to finish up watching Shadow and Bone on Netflix. So, bottoms up.